I don't know how people do stacks, honestly. Especially like if people actually do them as they picture them online, well, they'll just have like this massive gold going down their arm. Very bougie, very cool, like armored in a way. But like, don't that weigh you down? Like, can you, I don't know. Maybe people spend their day differently than I do because I'm bouncing between work and doing the dishes, playing with the cats, going back to work. Like, how do you do things? Anywho. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little collection video today. I certainly do not have the biggest Louis Vuitton collection on the internet, so far from it. But I only started buying from Louis Vuitton about 10 months ago, and I have certainly accumulated a few things in that time. I got, I think, I don't want to say lucky because that sounds kind of funny, but I did get kind of lucky in my timing in that I went to the boutiques at the time that they had something I wanted to get. And as we know, things have not always been super easy to get in boutique. Actually, has anyone else noticed the Louis Vuitton website seems to have changed? Okay, because now there is a button that says find in store. Like you can either place it in your cart, and even if it's not on the website available just to purchase online, you can find in store and it'll show you the local boutiques where they have it. Okay, am I crazy? Was this a change or have they always had this? Because I definitely never noticed that before. I've noticed changes on the Fendi website as well. So Fendi and Dior, they always had this option where you could see exactly what US boutiques had what you were looking for. And you could also order online. Fendi has now changed. The only minor change they've had is you can't buy their peekaboos online anymore. Only thing I don't love about that is that you can't see them. They don't actually show you the full list of peekaboos. So that means you have to have a relationship with an SA. You have to go into store. That's not convenient for everybody. So anyway, that's a tangent. We're not talking about that right now. I want to share with you the pieces I have from Louis Vuitton. I bought my first bag about 10 months ago, and honestly, I think if you had asked me like a year or two prior, I would have said, no, you know, I'm never gonna have anything from Louis Vuitton. Sure, they look useful, they look fine. You know, I didn't see it as a brand I connected with. I didn't see it as an aesthetic that I connected with. And then, of course, with watching YouTube videos, my mind was changed. I think that's a really nice thing. I've mentioned this before, but we always talk about influence as like, we treat it like it's some dirty word, but there's another side to it. I think it's wonderful that we can change our perspectives on something. I mean, especially when it comes to something like style and art that's supposed to be fluid. I saw women that I identified with and they loved Louis Vuitton and it looked great on them. So my perspective changed. I think that's a good thing. So, and on the other side of that, I'm sorry if you're new here, tangents happen. On the other side of that, like I know people get really annoyed when YouTubers change their mind about a bag. I understand if like it can be frustrating if it happens seemingly overnight, like if they're unboxing something simply to show and then they're returning it. But you know, like years down the line, if someone changes their mind, like that's okay. I've never sold a bag. I don't know if I will. I don't really plan to. I always worry that I would regret it later down the line because I certainly have donated clothes and things that were sentimental to me, like, and then I regret it. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's get into the collection. I'm not gonna go in any particular order here, but I guess it makes sense to start out with the piece that I bought first. This is the Louis Vuitton Montaigne. I think it's the BB size. I am so not an expert at the Louis Vuitton names, and the BB, MM, PM, GM, all of that stuff still really confuses me, and I think they're not the same for like every line, right? Like Neverfull had, I don't know. All my Louis Vuitton people will, I'm sure they will correct me if I ever make a mistake. But I absolutely love this bag. This was the first bag that I ever purchased in boutique. It does come with the detachable strap, which I think is really handy. One time I went into a boutique not my usual one, not with an SA that I'd ever worked with before. She showed me the new Speedy. I think it was like, it's a 20 size, like the Speedy 20 with the guitar strap, like they either have it in pink or black, I want to say, but it's like black and tan and all these different colors anyway. And I was like, oh, you know, I don't really love the strap with this. And she was like, oh, don't worry, we can sell you another one. And like the really sarcastic East Coaster in me was like, oh, thank goodness, thank you, you'll do that? Oh, thank you. You know, I didn't say that. But I was like, oh, okay. You know, but just like the phrasing of it, like, oh, don't worry, we can sell you another one. I'm like, oh, thank you. It just, does that phrasing sound weird to anyone? Anyway, wow, I'm rambly today. What I was getting at was I love that this has a detachable strap, because I think that does open up options with other bags. If let's say something comes with a Vachetta strap and it's raining, or I just don't want the Vachetta strap that day, I can switch it out for this. But I really like the Montaigne bag. I was a little bit worried because I didn't use it for, I mean, several weeks, maybe even up to 2 months. I mean, I think I maybe used it once after I purchased it, and then I didn't use it. And I was telling myself, like, well, you know, you've used mini bags for so long. You obviously don't want to take it out when it's raining, like all these things. And so I was telling myself, like, this isn't anything to worry about. I don't think this will be a regret. And fortunately, it hasn't been. There are no marks on the Vachetta. Yeah, no, I think we're still all good. I can't leave it out, unfortunately, just by a window, because my cats have chewed on purses before. Well, one particular purse and one particular cat, Stinky. He chewed on my Mark Cross bag because I left it out on the kitchen table, and now I put away my bags every single night. That's part of what allows me to easily change out my bag every single day. I do use a different bag. I mean, I have sometimes changed it out between like running errands during the day and going out for dinner. But I really like this bag for errands. I like it for going to the grocery store. It's so convenient. It does have this center zippered pocket, which I only used for the first time when I went to New York recently. I just had this and just like a small like shoulder bag, and that had my husband and I our stuff for the entire weekend. But with going around New York, I did put my card holder in this center zip pocket. Otherwise, I just don't bother using it. I live in the suburbs. There's no reason to fuss over that kind of thing. So yeah, this is my very first piece. Up next, I think a few months later, I'll just show these. I don't know, apparently I'm going in order that I purchased them. But I did get this little cosmetic case. This is the smaller size. There's a size up. No idea what letters, PM? I don't know what letters they use to denote the size. But I really enjoy using this. I've never used it as a like strictly just like a makeup bag, but I would use it just to hold all the bits and bobs when we travel. We do a lot of weekend trips to visit family, friends. It will hold like my scrunchies, my hair clips. I've put my charger in here, just like all the little extras that you need. I am thinking, tangents, I love tangents. I am thinking about getting something like a pencil case and then using that for my makeup brushes, because the main problem with this shape is that this cannot fit my brushes, and I would rather have everything in one spot. I also always worry about spilling, and even though this is wipeable, I don't really want to spill things in here. But then again, I've also never spilled any makeup inside a cosmetic bag. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm worried about the thing that has never happened before, but I don't want it to happen in this. Anyway, this does just have one slip pocket on the back, which I honestly do not know what you would use for. I mean, if this is a cosmetic bag, but it does have the wipeable liner. It's very easy to open and close. It just has the two tiny little bits of Vachetta? Someone tell me, is it sh or k? Anyway, yeah, so I really like this cosmetic bag, but I am thinking about getting something like a pencil case just to keep all of my brushes in one spot when I travel. And then, you know, they're not going to be getting anything else dirty. And then I could potentially use this as a cosmetic bag. Just sharing what I've been thinking recently. And then I think I got this on the exact same trip. I think I also got this at the same time as I got the cosmetic bag. The clay, I love this thing, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really see the point of these 3-4 years ago. It seemed like so many people on YouTube had them. Like if they were into Louis Vuitton, they had this thing. And I was always like, okay, you know, it's fine. I didn't really get the point. And I was also still first just starting my collection. I wasn't buying a lot of SLGs. Like I just wanted to funnel in as much money as possible into buying bags because prices were constantly going up and because of the limited stock. So I didn't necessarily want to put $300 towards a little pouch. I was just like, what is the point? And then obviously as my collection grew, as I was able to get the bags that I had wanted for years, I started opening my mind and therefore my wallet to small little SLGs and these little canvas pieces, and I have to say I was wrong. These are so convenient. I wish I had bought them sooner. I use this, I guess you could say I technically use it every single day. It is always holding something of mine. I don't always bring it out. However, there are bags I have where it is so much better to use this. My husband and I, we really love going on walks, and if it's raining, if it's freezing cold outside, like we will still go on a walk. And that means I'll typically just bring this. Like, you know, when it's raining and your hands are wet and you're like trying to get your keys and stuff, I don't want to necessarily use my leather wallets. I have one card holder that's partially lambskin. I certainly don't want to use that on those rainy days, but this I'll just put into a raincoat pocket. I mean, if you are new here and you don't know this about me, if it's raining and I have to go out to the grocery store, I won't bring a purse. I don't see the need to bring a purse. If my husband can go out with a wallet and his phone and keys, like why can't I? The raincoat provides all the pockets I need. So I'll have this, my phone, my keys, carry in my reusable bags, that kind of thing. But yeah, I always have cash and some change in here. I will put my cards, just like the minimal cards that I need if I'm using this for my my wallet. Again, all stumbly now. But I really like this. Totally eating my words. I completely understand the hype. It was worth every single penny. But now I'm just gonna share with you this next piece. This is a fairly recent purchase. I got this 2 months ago. Again, a bag that a little pouch that I said, I don't really see the point. I mean, that was years ago, please forgive me. I was young and ignorant. It's so darn cute. I said, I don't really see the point of this. I'm certainly not going to put hundreds of dollars into this when there are bags that I want. And boy, oh boy, was I wrong. One, I could have gotten it for less money previously. I mean, you know, I don't have any regrets like this. These were fine decisions, and sometimes you just have to figure things out when you're ready to figure them out. But I love the mini pochette now. It was worth the money. I can't believe I'm saying that because I know I've seen over the last 2 years how more and more people have been saying, who is even going to buy this now? It is so much more expensive than it used to be. Me. Apparently I still will, and if you don't have one, I completely understand why you would still want to get one new from boutique. Of course, there are a lot of secondhand options, but I absolutely love this. I use it constantly. I actually just took out a bunch of lip products from it prior to filming. This is made in France, and it has the cute little chain. I've also, even though they're different canvas prints, I mean, so this is the monogram and this is the demi-ribbon, this is one of my favorite favorite prints. I love the kind of like checkerboard print, but I have used this strap with this bag just once. I was running out for coffee in New York City and I didn't want to bring my whole bag yet because that was the trip when I had this, and I just wanted to bring my hotel key and my wallet. And I think I had my phone in my pocket, which I do anyway. I really, really like this thing. If you watch any of my earlier videos, I would just use like a little cotton pouch, which I still absolutely do, especially in my mini bags. I'll usually put my keys, my chapstick, like the very few cosmetics and little bits and bobs that I bring out with me when I'm running errands. I will still use cotton pouches in those mini bags. They're fantastic. Stand by those statements. But now that I am using some bigger bags, and I'm going into the office now, and so I'll have this just as a catch-all. I freaking love it. I really do. I absolutely see the point. Also, in that same trip, when I bought the mini pochette, I also got this. And I have to say, this little packing cube, I don't know what size it is. I think it is the smallest size. I think they have 2 larger ones after this. But I mean, again, I'm not a fountain of Louis Vuitton knowledge by any means, but I'm certainly an enthusiast now. But I really like this. It is one of my least used items. I don't, so you know, it's funny because like right now this is, so when you get to like this last part, you kind of have to hold it carefully. I think zipping this thing is, oddly enough, it's like kind of difficult. Does anyone else have the packing cubes and experience this? Like, for example, because this is so much stiffer, it's really easy to unzip and then zip closed. This, because it's so flexible, I mean, it's meant to be a packing cube. It's not meant to be just a cosmetic bag that you're going in and out of. Like, because this is quite flexible, it's also kind of weird holding things up and trying to do them because I would never be doing things up here. I would be doing them down here. But does anyone else experience this with the packing cubes where it kind of like, you gotta like take your time in zipping and unzipping them? You know, and you gotta like move your hands as you go along. That is part of the reason why this is one of my lesser used pieces, well, least used piece from Louis Vuitton, because it's not a very convenient cosmetic bag. So I have only used it for traveling. I put my undergarments in here. I mean, we were just going away for the weekend, so I had my socks, my underwear, my bra, and excuse me, Emily. One second. Sorry about that. I had like a little coughing fit, and that's hard when you're filming and you're like, I can feel it, I can feel it. I can't get to like a natural pause. So I had to interrupt my own video. I'm so sorry about that. But I do really like this packing cube. I don't regret it. They're certainly a good price for the size you get, for as much as you can put in here, for the amount of canvas that you get with it. And I know that people have feelings. People have feelings. Great statement, Megan, thank you. People have feelings about whether or not the canvas is worth it, certainly whether it is still worth it at the higher prices. I don't know. You do what you want to do. I have obviously found them to be worth it. That is why I have purchased them. And I don't think it takes a huge leap to figure out that people have clearly still found them to be useful. That is why price increases happen. They're going to continue to raise the prices as long as people are willing to pay them. And if we've seen anything from the stock, now I'm sure that they've been restricting the stock, but if people are still buying them, then it's worth it. There's really, and every individual is going to have their own opinion about this, and it's really just quite simple. When it's not worth it to you, you just don't buy it. But even with not using this very much, I still really like it. I would say just keep the whole zipper thing in mind if you're thinking about getting like this over something like this or the mini pochette, for example. This obviously holds a lot more. I mean, it's bigger this way, it's certainly bigger this way. This holds a lot more. It does have the cotton interior. I mean, it's not wipeable. You certainly don't want to spill any cosmetics in it. But you get more bang for your buck if you get this. But I would say keep the zipper function in mind, because I would find that really annoying. I mean, I do find it, I wouldn't want to be going in and out of this frequently throughout my day. It works for traveling and holding a few things that, so you'd at most go in it once a day. But when I take my mini pochette out, I'm going in and out of that thing all day. Anyway, let's share the last thing, the very last piece, because I cannot believe that I've been recording this for 30 minutes. This is my most recent bag purchase. I got this 2 months ago, same time that I got the mini pochette and the packing cube. I got this in New York, and I really like this backpack. I cannot believe I have a backpack from Louis Vuitton. I mean, for some reason, I keep getting the bigger bags from Louis Vuitton, and I did not expect to get a backpack. I've said before how I like structure. I've had trouble with backpacks in the past because I feel uncomfortable with all of my things behind me. I absolutely love this, and I can feel another coughing fit coming on. I am so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. See, I knew that could potentially be a problem because I've been having allergies, and it just makes my throat really itchy, and especially when I get talking continuously. And goodness knows I have been talking in this video. I can't believe we're going on this long. But if you're still here, thank you. And yeah, I'll just keep showing you the backpack now. This is the it's that word that I cannot quite pronounce, so I'll put it up on the screen. I really like this backpack. Absolutely no regrets. I immediately started using it. So it was very different from the Montaigne. I don't know what about it. Like, I think it probably has to do with, you know, we were getting a lot of really sunny weather. They did recently change the rules in our states where stores are no longer giving out plastic bags, so you need to make sure you have a reusable bag with you. And so I could pack this easily full with my water bottle, reusable bags. I would keep the mini pochette in here with me, like with all the little bits and bobs. Another thing, if you're okay with like using something like this easily fits in here, and you can still hold a water bottle, a card holder, sunglasses. Like, it takes up a fair amount of space, but if you were absolutely determined to have all of your things in one place, you certainly could. I would not enjoy this without the organizer. It was the organizer that changed my mind. I saw a different, like an older style Louis Vuitton backpack with an organizer in it in a consignment shop, and I could not believe how much they were charging for it. They were charging the exact same price as it new. So really, it's like you're getting something that is older with wear and tear, but you're getting the organizer for free. I don't understand a lot of the pricing around the secondhand market right now. I feel like it is so inflated, and this is just me. I don't see, for me, I've never wanted something so badly that I'm willing to pay above retail. Maybe that will change in the future. I mean, if all of these things around me prove anything, it is that I can change my mind. But I was able to get this at the New York boutique, and I am so excited to have it. This does have the treated Vachetta leather, so it's like this, I don't know what they do, but it's like a pre-darkening process. I have mixed feelings about this, oddly enough. So it is going to protect the leather. You have just this even base patina already going on. I assume it will also provide some protection from minor water spots and things like that. Now, I'm certainly not going to test that with my stuff, obviously. But I kind of like how Vachetta, like how it just changes with you. I love that those are your marks. Now you can probably see this is so much darker than this. I do keep my Montaigne in its dust bag and I've never gotten it wet. But I like that it's going to change with me as I use it, and something might happen down the line, and that's okay. I like that the water spots and the marks are mine. This also, it has a slightly different texture. It's still quite soft. I love the feel of vegetable tan leather, but it's not the same as just like raw Louis Vuitton Vachetta leather. Hello, future editing Megan here. I was just about to export my video. I thought I was all done, and then I realized that I forgot this clutch. Of course I still have it. I would never sell this. Honestly, I can't understand why someone did, but thank goodness they did because I love it. This is from 2010. It was a special collection. I'll have the name written up on the screen because you can find them secondhand. I love the tortoise detail on the S-lock. It comes with a little mirror with the same tortoise backing. Oh gosh, I've had this since maybe February. I got this in a little secondhand haul. I say small, it was special. It was very, very special to me, but it was from a local consignment shop and I love it. I use this for special occasions. I just forgot because it's not in the most prominent place in my dressing room and I was just gathering everything up this morning. Yeah, of course I still have it. It's so beautiful. In terms of what I'm thinking about now for Louis Vuitton, I am considering a monogram piece. I'm thinking about getting a Speedy. I don't know. I don't really plan out my purchases because I'm the kind of person where I have no idea what I want until I'm holding it. Like I just have to trust that gut feeling when I'm holding it. If it's immediate love, I know. And all of the research in the world, all the YouTube videos, all that stuff, like, can't really convince me one way or another. There are definitely some things from Louis Vuitton that I think I would get a lot of use out of. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for letting me share this collection with you. I would love to know what your favorite pieces are from Louis Vuitton. I've never really considered getting the Never Full. I thought about getting the smaller one, but I don't really think that's a bag that I would get a lot of use out of. Not really a tote girl, but I would love to know what your most used pieces from Louis Vuitton or like your dream wish list piece from them. I'd really love to know, but thank you so much for watching and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.